What's up, everybody? What is going on in your life? We're going to talk about weight loss, but it's going to be a little bit of a different talk. I want to have a heart-to-heart with anyone who wants to lose weight, but you're finding it to be quite difficult. So I want to have a heart-to-heart, and I'm going to share with you 3 proven principles that I believe can help you. So I want you to imagine that you and I are sitting with me at we're together at a restaurant. Maybe we're at your house, my house, or we're sitting in a car. But we're going to have a real conversation. And a conversation about losing weight when it's really hard. Like losing weight. Let's say you want to lose weight and you're working at it, but for some reason it's just hard. You're at the same weight as you were a year ago. Maybe you're up a couple pounds. Maybe you're down a couple pounds. But you're having a really, really tough time with getting it together. Well, I'm going to share with you 3 things to at least think about. And I believe if you think about it, it can help you. Like, I'm a big believer that what you think about, you bring about. I experienced that today, actually. I was thinking about someone a lot, and I don't even know exactly why I'm thinking about this person. But there's something about this person's energy that, I don't know, it just pulled me in. And I meet a lot of people. And I'm sure you guys do too, but I meet a lot of people. And for whatever reason, I was compelled by this person, and I was just thinking about this person, and I don't even really know this person. And somehow, some way, I was able to sit down with this person and have a really good conversation. It's almost like it was manifested. Don't quite know exactly why, but I just know that when you think about something enough, you can make things happen. So that's like my prelude, right? Or the preface to what I want to talk about. Because I want to talk about weight loss today. Not specifically on how to reverse diabetes or get off blood pressure medication. I mean, all of those things are very important, but I'm really going to target this conversation about losing weight. And I'm speaking to people who are having a hard time getting past a plateau. Like you're stuck. And I also want to exclude those people who don't like to listen to experts and they like to create their own problems. They get in their own way. There's a whole bunch of those people. And of course, it does help if you have a program that you can follow and it's not like killing you. It's not beating you up. So the first thing is to really have an idea of where you are as far as your mental strength. And I may not be using the right word to describe what I'm meaning. So let me explain it. When you're losing weight, right? And that's your goal. Consistency is going to be very important. Consistency is going to be very important. And what I mean by that is I know that amazing things can take place inside of 90 days. I know this. 90 days. But not many people can stick to something hardcore for 90 days. Now, some of you can, no problem. But not everybody's that way, right? You go 4 or 5, 6 days, you're feeling a little bit better. Then a friend comes over and they offer you this or that, and you want to have a good time too. You want to have a life. You want to laugh. And part of that laughter and that life is breaking bread or eating something or having a drink. Because you're on the program, your whole family's not. They still want to do what they do. They still want to order pizza. They still want to have chips and salsa. They still want to eat a lot of things that conflict with what you said was important to you, and that was losing weight. So I like to use the analogy of a pearl necklace, right? I need to get a pearl necklace so I can show this. A pearl necklace has little pearls on a string that make up, let's say, 100 pearls. I mean, it's probably less than that, could be more, I don't know. But let's say 100 pearls. And so that pearl necklace does not have 100 pearls instantaneously. That pearl necklace is created with one pearl on the string at a time. So I want you to imagine when you're putting that pearl, you got one on, you got two on, that's 2 days. You got 3 on, 4, that's 4 days. 4 days of no alcohol, 4 days of eating right, not eating candy, not eating processed stuff. Right? I mean, you're dialed in. Day 7, day 8, you drop your pearls, you drop the string with the pearls on it. That's what happens when you eat that cake, or you get off track, or you tell yourself it's okay to have that alcohol. And whatever the rules are, right? But if you commit to 90 days, the key is being consistent for 90 days. Now, what takes place after 90 days, I mean, that's a whole different conversation. But let's just say 90 days of your life. Okay, we get the consistency. So we got to lock in. The challenge I have around this principle is that if you're 65 years old, you don't have a background of playing sports, you've never really experienced being locked in and like really like going after something with conviction. And now you're going to decide to do something that you've never done mentally. That could be hard or it could be really easy. I don't know, but it's a principle to keep in mind. The principle is consistency. Consistency. So it's when you tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to eat any of that stuff for 90 days. Well, one, you got a little bit of help because you have a goal and there will be a date with the 90 days. So you know that you're going to like do what you're doing until you get to that certain date. Okay. That makes sense. That does make sense. Okay. So I'm going to be consistent. Now, let's say life happens and something happens and you get off a day or one meal is not what you would like it to be. Then it's like falling off a bike, falling off a horse, get back on because the horse is still alive. The bike still functions and no one is perfect. However, the more consistent you can be, the more amazing the outcomes will be, the results on day 90. And I can't tell you how many times I've watched people begin a process, whether it's a pro athlete or a mom who's never got rid of that baby weight and it's been 26 years. And now she's ready. When you're consistent, you see some progress in 30 days. So now I'm saying consistent for 30 days. I'm not saying, oh yeah, we had a little glass of wine. Oh yeah, I ate a little bit of, no. I'm saying consistent. 30 days, you'll be impressed. 60-day mark, you'll be like, whoa. But on 90, at the day 90, that's when you have a whole new leash on life. Because you could get rid of fatty liver. You can get rid of a lot of things. Now, it does help to have the right plan. Okay, something that's doable. Okay, so the first principle is consistency. And I doubt if you'll find anyone that would argue that. Okay. The second principle is competing intentions. Competing intentions. What do I mean by that? Well, one, competing, that means that there's at least, so if you have the intent, let's say you have the intent to not drink alcohol, to eat 3 meals a day, they're all going to be fat burning, you're going to stay the course, you're not eating anything with a barcode on it, man, you are focused. You're going to work out so many times. So your intent ties directly into being consistent. You know what your intentions are. The competing part is that you have other intentions that may be competing with that intention. So you have the intention to eat a certain way, to exercise a certain way, a certain frequency. But then you have the intention of having a good time with your friends. You have the intentions of going to that concert and having a good time. Now, how you define what a good time is may include eating something that's outside of what you're doing to get you where you want to be. Maybe the last time you saw your friend, you always do a shot of tequila. So you have the intention of staying true to what you're going after, but then you also have the intention of having a good time with your friend. They're competing. Who's going to win? Which intention is going to win? So Sun Tzu, who wrote the book, The Art of War, says that if you know 50% about if you know 100% about your opponent, yeah, this is how it goes. If you know 100% about your opponent, that means you study your opponent, you learn everything about your opponent, you have a 50% chance of being successful. The same as if you don't know your opponent, but you know 100% about yourself, you have a 50% chance of being successful. But if you know your opponent and you know thyself, you'll win. You'll be successful. So knowing what I mean by competing intentions, you know yourself. You know what is necessary for you to be able to remain consistent and not fall prey to the other intentions, but to learn how to adapt and still make it work out. Right? Because I could go to a concert without eating things that throw me off or drinking when I'm not drinking and still have a good time. But if that's something that you've done and with that group of people, they're going to expect it. So you're going to have some pushers. I call them food pushers, alcohol pushers. They're going to push. And you want to have the skills in place where you can deflect, meaning get the focus off of you so you can remain true to you and put it somewhere where that makes them excited. Because most of the time people are thinking about themselves. So put it on them. Oh, I heard you got that, when they offer you a drink and then they offer you another drink or they offer you the cake, because you're so aware of it, right? You're being mindful. As soon as they start pushing it on you, then you interrupt the pattern and say, hey, did you get that job? Hey, have you heard from your mom? I know you told me last time she was sick. Somehow get them talking about themselves. Get them to focus on something that's more important to them. And then that's a successful deflection. So, one, consistency. And trust and have faith. Have faith. And give it 90 days. Not 89 days really good and no. Be consistent. Be prepared for competing intentions because we all want to have a good time. And Andrew Carnegie had a philosophy when he would stress out about certain things. He said, what I would do is I would write on a sheet of paper, what is the worst thing that could happen, right? Because this is what you can do with your competing intentions. Once you know what the worst thing that can happen is, then write down what are you going to do if that worst thing happens, and write out a whole plan. And you'll notice that you won't have as much anxiety. You won't, because you thought it through. Now, you don't want that worst thing to happen, but you have a plan for if the worst thing happens. You will sleep better at night, and you can use this strategy for any area of your life. If you don't pay that bill, the water is going to be turned off. The lights are going to be turned off. And let's say you're driving from wherever, a far distance, and you only got an hour to make it. And everything has to go right for you to make it in time to pay that bill so your lights don't go off. Now, to cut down on the stress of the lights going off or the water being turned off, I mean, I'm just using random, like, impromptu examples here. Then think of the plan. Okay, if the water goes off, what am I going to do? That's the worst thing that could happen as you're driving to go pay that bill. If the lights get turned off, what am I going to do? You got to look at your situation, and you're going to come up with a plan. Now, you may never need to use that plan, but you're going to have that plan, and that will give you a sense of peace. Okay, so principle number 1, consistency. Principle number 2 is understanding what competing intentions are, because that is going to happen, and that's real. And then number 3, the principle of delaying gratification. We live in a world where most of us want it right now. Like yesterday. Delaying gratification is like, I'm good. I know what's going to happen on day 90. I'm good. Then you're on day 27 and people compliment you. Wow, you look great. Wow. Are you losing weight? Wow. You get all these compliments, which can open up the door for the munchie monster to come in and start planting a narrative in your head that makes you feel like, yeah, I have done good. You know what? I'm going to have a drink tonight. You know what? I have done good. I'm going to have 90 days. Like, we're kicking off one of our newest programs, the Gut Reset, which is a 90-day program. Actually, no, 30-day program. But it's a great program to get the gut in better balance and to put you in a position where 30 days will go by. It's a 30-day program. And on day 30, you could be in a position where you say, you know what? I feel pretty good. I've lost some inches. My energy's good. I'm less inflamed. Man, I feel really good. And then keep it going for another 60 days. Why not? It doesn't have to stop. So get your gut in balance, feeling good. But you know you're not at day 90. So I'm not putting my guard down. I'm going to delay gratification. So if I'm going to celebrate, thank you guys very much. Thank you for the compliments. In 62 days, I'm going to celebrate. Well, you've done so good. No, I'm good. So how's things working out with your mom? Have you talked? You know what I mean? Get the focus off of you and put it back on them. Your clothes are going to fit so much better. So many things are going to be better. When you're consistent, you're prepared for competing intentions, and you're able to delay gratification, meaning I'm staying the course. I'm not done yet. I'm seeing this through. That's it. That's all I wanted to share today. I know somebody's benefiting from it, and maybe it was exactly what you were hoping to hear. I don't know. But keep all avenues open. and stay the course. It's the people who stay the course. Because I've had clients where they just disappear. Talking to them one day, they just disappear. They just gave up. Or they're off looking for the next shiny object. I don't know. But I have a whole bunch of them that I still coach or I still stay in contact with. They're doing great. They're not gaining weight back. They're doing great. And they will continue to do great because they're staying the course. I know it looks fun sometimes when you're around people and they're just eating just recklessly and having another drink and they're loud and this sounds really fun. But sometimes if they drink too much, it just messes up the whole evening. It's not even fun. But earlier it was fun. So it's like finding that balance, if you will. But in closing, consistency, competing intentions, and being able to delay gratification. I'm Robert Ferguson. Thank you for letting me share. I am your nutritionist because I do care. And you can learn more with me or about me or the program by going to dietfreelife.com. And I appreciate you. If you're on our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, comment, say, hey, thumbs up. All of that helps us reach more people. We've grown a little bit in the last couple of months, and we're now almost ready to launch our new podcast, which will then help all of this, the YouTube channel, the Facebook reach, etc. So big things happening because we really are on a mission to make a difference in the lives of many people, as many people as possible. And kudos to the coaches that I work with. You guys are amazing. And it's really cool to see so many of you just really go for it. And you're making a difference in the lives of so many people. So kudos to you. And a big shout out to all of my personal clients, ones I work with today, ones I've worked with in the past, and of course, the ones that I will work with in the very near future. Okay. All right. That's Robert Ferguson. I'm out of here, you guys. Until the next one. Peace. Gotta go.